Students, and welcome to the lecture. So students, as we know that we are covering the national integration. Okay, that is the topic on which we have been discussing. All right, and basically you can say these are the topics that we have scheduled for the discussion under this particular series. Okay, the series is of the national integration, and these are the scheduled topics like the introduction, like the meaning of the national integration, like the aims of national integration, like the role of various factors in promoting the national integration, like the obstacles to national integration, all right, National Integration Council, National Foundation for Communal Harmony. Okay, so these are the topics that we have scheduled for the discussion. If we talk about the topics that we have covered so far out of these topics, then basically we have done with the introduction part, or you can say we have done with the introduction of the national integration. We have done with the meaning of national integration, like what is the meaning of national integration, how it works, all right, what are the different definitions that we have discovered. We have now left with the topics. These are aims of national integration, like what are the aims, why we are working for national integration, roles of various factors in promoting the national integration, what are the factors that promotes the national integration, obstacles to the national integration, National Integration Council, National Foundation for the Communal Harmony. So these are the topics that we are left with. Okay, but before this, let me ask you simple questions. All right, like in the previous example, sorry, in the previous lecture, I had provided you two inputs. These were the questions. Okay, and the questions were like Dr. Radhakrishna's birthday we celebrated as which national day, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's birthday we celebrated as which national day. Okay, now you are required to answer both these questions. Okay, so basically the first question is Dr. Radhakrishna's birthday. Dr. Radhakrishna's birthday we celebrated as a National Teachers' Day. National Teachers' Day. Second question is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's birthday. So Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's birthday we celebrated as a National Children's Day. Got it? So these are the two questions that I have asked you. So now let's move forward. Introduction we have taken. These two definitions we had also taken in the previous lecture. Basically, we were discussing this, that integration on contrary is a thought which must go into the heads of the people. Like we have discussed, not legally, not agreementally, not any other way is much more successful in order to accomplish the goal of national integration as the psychological method or the thought processes. Okay, basically we must infuse the idea of the national integration in the minds of the people, in the heads of the people, or in the psychology of the people, that they feel it. Okay, they should no longer realize to follow it through the means of agreement, through the means of legal, but they should feel it why the national integration is necessary. Okay, even we had discussed, like it is the consciousness that must awaken the people at a large scale as per the Dr. Radhakrishnan. Why? Because if it is only for the legal bound process or agreemental bound process, the people will not be able to take it for a long duration. Okay, the consciousness of the people will be break. So remember this thing. Got it? The national integration means and out to mean cohesion, not fusion, like we have discussed, because in fusion, the things with the different characteristics mix with together, but not for a longer duration. After a certain period of time, they will be separated. But in the cohesion, the things with the different, you can say characteristics got merged together, got mixed together for a longer duration, not for a shorter duration. So that's why in the society, when we have the different characteristics, it is more feasible for us that we must follow the principle of cohesion, where the things with different characteristics will be merged and not get separated in a short. But in the fusion, the things might be get merged, but will also get separated in a short. Thereafter, we should follow the unity, but not the uniformity. It means that in the uniformity, everything is having the same characteristics. Like we had taken the example, if we have A, B, C, D, E, 5 segments, all of them will have the same characteristics. A similar to B, B similar to C, C similar to D, D similar to E. But we know in the realistic manner, it is not possible. If we talk about society, if we have the, you can say elements of the society, it is not possible that all these elements will have the same characteristics. A different from B, B different from C, C different from D, D different from E. All of them are different. So instead of blowing the example of uniformity, we must focus on the unity, because the unity is the thing that we require in the country. Okay. Thereafter, we discussed that we must follow the reconciliation, not the merger. Okay. Reconciliation and merger both are having the same characteristics, but the one thing is different. What is that thing? Now this is a question. So, okay. So the missing element is the element of differentiation. Like we had discussed in the merger, two entities A and B will be combined together and will be working together, but they will have the same characteristics. Like A is the manufacturer of papers, B is the manufacturer of papers. They both having a similar path, they both having a similarity, so they will get merged. In the reconciliation, the entities will get merged over the period of time, but will have the different characteristics. Okay, like we have taken the example of A and B. A in that example was a car manufacturer, while the B in that example was a tire manufacturer. All right, A having the different characteristics, different path, B having the different characteristics and a different path, but they got combined together. Why? Because they have the common need and the common goal. So in the society, because the segments having the different characteristics, so it is necessary for us to make them reconciled, so that instead having the different characteristics, they will focus on the single common goal. That will be a agglomeration, but not the assimilation. It means that different element must be together instead of making the uniformity in the elements. Okay. Who gave this definition? Rashiuddin Khan gave this definition. And basically, to sum up all these things, we were come to know this. The national integration involves the political, economical, the social, the cultural, and the psychological dimensions, and also the interrelations between them. It means political connected with the economic, economic with the social, social with the culture, culture with the psychology. Similarly, psychology with the culture, culture with the social, social with the economic, economic with the political. Okay, so that should be done. Okay, now let's move forward. After finishing the meaning and the introduction, now we are going to talk about the aims of the national integration. Okay, so far whatsoever we have discussed, basically we have discussed the national integration as the introduction part. Okay, like India is a land of diverse nature in the terms of religion, the caste, the language, the race, the region. All right, but in the second thing, we have discussed about the meaning, like what is the meaning of national integration in the proper or in the official sense. Here we are going to talk about the aims. What are the aims behind the national integration? Like, why do we need a national integration? So far, whatever I did, I had tried to explain you the overview of the basic needs for the national integration. Now we are going to talk about the national integration in the proper sense. So we can say national integration seeks to cultivate a sense of unity, and solidarity. Two senses are there, the sense of unity and the solidarity. And who is required to follow these two senses of unity and solidarity? The diverse community. The diverse communities that are living in the same country, that is the country of India, the Bharat or Hindustan. Okay, it means that national integration is having the one aim, that is cultivative or generative a sense of the unity or the sense of the solidarity amongst the diverse communities within the country. And if we talk about what are the primary aims, okay, so the first aim is to promoting unity and oneness. Remember, here we are talking about the unity and the oneness, not the uniformity and the similarity. The difference is clear. Okay, so please keep this reference in your mind. National integration focuses on fostering a strong sense of unity and the collective identity. Again, we have seen two words here: unity and the collective identity amongst the people from various backgrounds. They having the different religions. Even in the religion, they are having this different segments. They belong to the different language classes. Even in their language class, they having the separation. Belong to the different regions, belong to the different races, belongs to the different caste and all. Okay, so they having the different backgrounds, but still having the different backgrounds. Through national integration, we try to foster a strong sense of having the unity. It means that doesn't matter which background they belong to, they must have the sense of unity. And when they will have the sense of unity, ultimately they will drive the collective identity. Here, remember what is written down. The words are very important. Remember my words. The words are very important. Collective identity. Okay. Not the single identity. Got the difference? Collective identity, not the single identity. Difference is clear. Okay. So if we go by this, the collective identity basically focus on the identity that has been collected from the different sources, then become one. Okay. Collected from the different sources, then become one. For example, suppose you are working in some company. Okay. The company having a different departments. Okay. Like the finance department, the tech department, okay, the marketing department, the operation department, the storage department, various other HR department and all. Okay, having the different departments. Now, each department will have its own identity, like the ID cards you have seen. If someone belong to the Department of Finance, he will carry the ID card of Finance department. Belong to the Department of Account will have the ID card from the Accounts department. Belong to the Department of Marketing will have the ID card of marketing. Similarly, like HR management and all. Okay, so that will be a separate identity. The identity of the member of the finance account will different from the identity of the member of the accounts department. Okay, but if I say we could make it as a collective identity, would you agree? Definitely, because you do not have an idea. Okay, that is a common thing. Definitely you are agree. But the question is how you will be agree. Like how we will do it. So we can say it's okay. A company is having that different departments. Okay. Okay. Each department having its own identity card. That is too okay. But the company is same. So each department ID card will carry a same company names on it. Okay. It means that yes, the finance account member carrying a different ID card than the account department member, but if the company is XYZ Private Limited, so the ID card will carry the identity of XYZ Limited, irrespective of the department the person belongs to. All the departments, whether marketing, whether management, whether sales, all of them will having the ID card with the different department identification, but the company name will be similar. So that will be a perfect example of the collective identity. Similarly, if we talk about this country, in this country, there is different religions, different castes, different things. Okay, let's consider them as a department. So the person belonging to some particular region, the caste, the language is basically belongs to a distinct department, and it is different from the another department. But all of them living in the same country, or you can say living in the same country, right? So that's why all of them will have the single identity. Okay. So this is the meaning of the collective identity and the unity. So basically it means encouraging the citizens to see themselves as a part of the single nation, despite their different regions, language, and the culture. Similarly, if the members containing the ID card belong to the same company, they will have the feeling belong to the same company, irrespective of the departments, whether they belong to the finance, account, sales, marketing, HR, management, whatsoever. Similarly, if they're living in the same country, they must have the feeling of single nation, despite their departments or the segmentations on the basis of regions, languages, and the cultures. So that is the first thing, like promoting unity and oneness. It is totally different from the uniformity and the assimilation. Second aim is the encouraging mutual respect and understanding. That is the foremost thing. Encouraging mutual respect and understanding. So here there are three words that we require to understand. Mutual respect, understanding. All of them are basically in the relation to the national integration in the single form. Like how that could be. Mutual means, like, what is the meaning of mutual? First of all, we have to understand this thing. Okay. So what do you mean by the term mutual? So technically, mutual is the act of doing the thing from both the sides. All right. It means that suppose, or you can say from various sides. For example, there are three people, A, B, C. All right. They planning to go on the vacations or on the picnic. All right. Then A is the one who is giving the plan, who is giving the inputs. Okay. And B and C are required to agree on. So what do you think? In planning of the picnic, there is a contribution from all of them? Just think about it. So most of you will say yes. Most of you will say no. Okay. So if you are saying yes, let me tell you. Listen carefully what I said. There are three people, A, B, C, planning to go on the vacation or on the picnic. A is the one who is making the plan, providing the input, giving the instructions. B and C are obeying to it. Again, I'm asking you, is in this all the members gives their input? No. Why? Because B and C are not giving any input. They are just agreeing. They are just nodding their heads like, yes, okay, whatever you are planning to go. Okay, that's the thing. But if we take the next example, again, there are three people, A, B, C. They're planning to go on vacation. They're planning to go on picnic. A is giving input, B is giving input, C is giving input. A is making plan, B is making plan, C is making plan. A is giving instructions, B is giving instructions, C is giving instruction. By merging all the things, they make a plan. Now I'm asking you the same question. Is in this all of them given their inputs? Yes or no? The answer is yes. Why? Because this time, instead of providing the inputs, making the plans, providing the instructions from one side, these are coming from all the sides, from A, from B, from C, all of them. So it means this is known as the mutual. This is known as the mutual. Okay. In mutual, basically the action is taken by all the parties involving, not only by the one party. So mutual clear. Thereafter the respect and the understanding. It means that all the stakeholders that are involved in the nation or to be the part of the national integration, all the religions, all the regions, all the language groups, all the cultures, caste, regions, okay, races, they must respect each other. Also, they must understand the concerns of each other. Must respect each other, must understand the concerns of each other. That signifies the mutual respect and the understanding. Okay. So we are required to encourage them. So here I have explained you the meaning of these three words, like the mutual, like the respect, like the understanding. So one of the key goal is to promote the mutual respect, understanding, and acceptance. Like respect each other as the identity, understanding the point of views each other, and accept the mutual consideration. Okay. Remember what I'm saying. Giving respect to each other, understanding the concerns of each other, similarly giving acceptance to mutual consideration among peoples that belong to the diverse backgrounds. Why? Because as I have told you, in this country that we are living in, there is no single culture. Everything is diverse in some sense. Okay. So diverse background. By appreciating and valuing each other differences, communities, and can build the stronger bonds to reduce the social tensions. Appreciating and valuing means differences. Like if we talk about the communities, if we talk about the religion, the one religion is different from other. The one caste is different from other. The one language is different from other. So what the difference is we getting in our language versus the another language, in our religion versus the another religion, in our custom versus the another custom. That difference must be appreciated. It means that we should not criticize another one to having the difference, but we valuing them. It means if they follow some different path, then we should respect it. Differences and the communities. And if we will do this, if we will respect other, then the common saying that we all are aware about it is give respect, take respect. If we will give the respect, we will make the stronger bonds and we will ultimately reduce the social tensions. Okay, that is the thing. So students, basically in this lecture, we have finished till here. In the next lecture, we will continue from here. Till then, just revise the facts and figures that all we have discussed in this lecture. Be ready for the another lecture. With this note, let's end this lecture, and what we say thank you.